This map is awesome. So Washington is one of 2 states in the country that has an economy-wide cap and invest carbon pricing program. It's called the Climate Commitment Act. And with Climate Commitment Act revenue, Washington is making a whole lot of different investments all around the state, and that's what this map is showing you. So let's dig a little deeper. Obviously, like any good map, you can zoom in, you can pan around, you can explore the state of Washington looking for whatever icon catches your eye. Let's take a look at this one here. If you click on one of these icons, then a pop-up will show up and it will explain to you that investment from the Climate Commitment Act. So this one is a clean energy community grant being given to Yakima Chief Hops. It'll give you some information about the investment category, about how much money that it's getting. This is $1.8 million. That's a lot. How much of it is coming from the Climate Commitment Act? 100%. That's a lot. If it's in an overburdened community or not, this one is. Funding status, it'll give you a little blurb about the investment. So this is a CO2 recovery plant for the hop production process. That is all super fascinating, and that happens for every icon that you could click on this map. So let's see what else you can do. Up here in the search bar for find an investment, you can type in something. Let's say I heard about an investment being made at the state fair. I might be going there later that summer. I want to see what it's like. Use the search bar. It'll filter the map to your search results. And sure enough, here is that investment I was talking about, a clean building performance grant that was given to the Washington State Fair Event Center. Again, all the same good information on the pop-up window there. Let's see what else you can do with this map. There are investment filters over here on the left side. So if you're interested in a specific category, then you can pick from this drop-down menu. Let's say I'm interested in electric transportation, and it'll filter the map to just the electric transportation projects. If you want to focus even more, let's say I'm wanting to see the ones near me in King County, I can look for King County. It'll filter the map even further. You can also filter by overburdened communities. You can also filter by legislative district. And let's see. If you go down here, this is a running total of all of the funding being given to the investments on the map. So far, from all of these projects that we're seeing in King County, this is over $33 million. Let's see what happens if we reset the filters, show everything on the map. Then in total, this is over $3 billion in investments that we have on this map. And these are just the mapped investments thus far. There are some investments that we haven't been able to map because they don't correspond to a specific location, but you can still find those. They are here in the table. There are 2 different tables you can click on from this menu here. There's mapped investments. That's the same projects up here, but giving you a little bit more information when you scroll over. The funding agency, the funding budget, the biennium, that type of really in the weeds stuff if you want to explore that. And then here are those mapped investments. You can see the total down here. There's a little over 300 of them that are unmapped. And that'll give you the same information that you were looking for here. All right. What else? What else do we got? Over here in the upper right corner are the different layers you can toggle on and off. So right now we're just looking at the investments and the counties. But if you just want to look at the investments and say which one of them are in tribal reservations, you can do that. You can turn that layer on. Let's say if you're interested in the overburdened communities layer, then you can turn that layer on and focus on which investments are in those communities. And lastly, there's this other search tool that just searches for specific locations, addresses, places. Let's say if there's a general area I want to look around to see what types of investments are being made in my community, I just type that area in. The map will take me there, and I can explore from there. So yeah, lots of different cool things you can do, lots of different cool investments being made with Climate Commitment Act dollars. You should check it out.